Remember a time when you saw that logo and didn't shudder in terror? Remember a time when you saw that logo and your heart was filled with joy? Ah, memories! Generic greetings and welcome to Command & Conquer Red Alert 2 Yuri's Revenge, which is the only expansion pack to Red Alert 2, which is a shame because I think Red Alert 2 is my favourite of all of the Command & Conquer games. Yeah, I'd go as far as to say that. Tiberium's Sun has a special place in my heart, but this is the game I certainly played the most of. Now, I prefer the Red Alert series /timeline/ setting over the Tiberium one and the Generals one, if you could call the Generals one a setting. But either way, I didn't really play much of the first Red Alert game. The second one and this expansion here I played a lot of. And I actually played a lot of the third game, which I will get to featuring at some point on the channel. And I think the main reason why I've played that so much is because you could play the campaign fully co-op. I didn't play the expansion to that because, well, you couldn't play it co-op. But either way, yeah, I do like the Red Alert series. I just like the quirkiness of it and everything else. But either way, I was talking to some friends the other day about the new Command & Conquer game. I say new in air quotes because it's pretty much Command & Conquer in name and Tiberium setting only. The mechanics are nothing like this. It's a mobile game, and yeah, basically I don't really care for it at this point in time. I'll reserve judgment until it comes out, but I may have just forgot about it by then. Either way, I thought it would be a decent excuse to feature this again, so well, here it is, and now it's now, and today's beverage is that is blackcurrant cordial because as a kid I used to drink a lot of that while playing this thing. Anyway, let's go to Skirmish and I'll see if I can remember anything about this game. I haven't played Red Alert 2 in probably 2 or 3 years. In fact, the last time I featured it on the channel, that's when I last played Red Alert 2. And I haven't played the expansion in longer than that. But anyway, so I'm going to go with, well, Hammer and Sickle, so it says 2 to 4, and that's the number of players. I'm going to start at position 1 over here, and I'll put the enemy at 3. There we go. And I'm going to play Yuri, which is the added faction in this game. The factions in the game, you've got two sides, or two factions, I guess. You've got Allies and Soviets, then the third, which is Yuri, and then you've got different nations within those. So you've got America, which has paratroopers, Korea, which has Black Eagle jets, which is basically a better version of the Harrier, France, which has, I was going to call it the Maginot Cannon, I always used to call it that, but it's called the Grand Cannon. We've got Germany, who has tank destroyers, Great Britain, which has snipers, and then you've got Libya, which has demolition trucks. We have Iraq, which has desolators, which was always, I used to think was really, really cool. Cuba, which has terrorists, which is not so cool. Russia, which has Tesla tanks, and then Yuri, which has its own unique side, and it's all to do with mutation and mind control, and it's what we'll be playing here. So we'll have a medium enemy, actually no, you know what, easy enemy, and we'll even knock the speed down a little bit, just so I can commentate over it a bit better, because the Command & Conquer game was always fast-paced. I mean, games were very easily over in 15 minutes or so, but I'm going to knock it down and make it easier, and we'll see what it's like. So Hammer and Sickle, all the rest is on default as far as I can see, credits, blah blah. Yeah, okay, and we will start the game. Now, because this is a 17-year-old game, 2001, yeah, it's quite annoying getting running, but I have managed to patch it up, and as you can see, it's now running at a reasonable resolution. Obviously, I'll have edited all this down so it looks the best it can, but yeah, it's best than the stock one, but it is also a bit annoying in getting working. So I'm going to unpack my MCV, the mobile construction vehicle. I'm going to start building a bioreactor, which is really, really, really small. As you can see, though, it's yeah, it's look at the size of that bar. It's crazy. But anyway, let's move these tanks up here, and I'm going to destroy this bridge. And the reason I do that is because then the enemy can't come to me. And with it being on the setting that it is difficulty-wise, they are very unlikely to send an engineer very early. So I've got my bioreactor, and as you can see, we're now generating some power, but not a lot of power, because the reason is that the Yuri generators are not very good. However, you can put people in them, you can put units in them, and they will then generate more power. It is, after all, a bioreactor. So there you got people going in there, 2, 3, 4... and then 5, and then we generate a lot more power. Now, because this faction's all about mind control, you can then mind control things and then put them in your reactors if you do so desire. I tend to just build some initiates and put them in there. Obviously, we start with initiates, and yeah, I put them in there. So I'm going to send these tanks down to the other island and then around to the other side. I want to start building... Oh, that's a tank bunker. I don't want to start building that. I want to build a couple of walls. That's just a standard good practice to put around here. So, slave miner. This is an interesting one because, well, I'm going to immediately send that over there. Hang on. You go there, please. Now, there's different ways of gathering resources in the game for the different factions. So, for the Allies and Soviets, they have a standard refinery, and they have different vehicles. So the Allies have the chrono miner, so it will gather resources and then teleport back. And the Soviets have a war miner, I think it's called. Basically, it's got a gun on it. It's actually quite a tough thing to take out as well, because it's just a very tough vehicle. But anyway, let's just get our slave miner over there, because you can shift it and it processes it on site. The problem with it is that it's only got a little machine gun, and if these guys get taken out, then, well, you're generating not much money. So they're very, very weak. So we're going to get these guys over to... there. We're just going to cover some more of that. Just going to build some walls all the way around, and that's not where I wanted to click. There is a little bit of lag on this one here, which is why it's a little bit jerky at times. So I'm going to build a psychic radar while we crack on. There we go, and building the wall all the way around my MCV. Always good practice in the Command & Conquer games if you've got walls and stuff, because if any engineer gets in there, then you're pretty much lost. Also, the Allies have spies, which if they go in there, they can get different pieces of technology, although I know we're versing Soviets because I believe I selected them. I say without any degree of confidence. So I'm going to place my psychic radar. This is an interesting unit because... or an interesting building, because what it does is not only give us radar, but anything that has been ordered to either go into this territory or attack, I get a dotted line to show you where it's coming from. So I know they're going to be over here anyway, but still. So my tanks, these things here, have destroyed that there. Are these grinder tanks or something? I believe they have a grinder on the front, which they can use to attack with or something like that. Anyway, we're going to go down the bottom. Make sure nothing tries to repair the bridges, or if it repairs, we'll attack it. Obviously, I do want to unlock all of this map as fast as I can, but unlike the Allies, which has a spy satellite, which unlocks everything, I'm going to have to do it manually by building something that can fly and then moving it around. That's one of the things, actually, that I really miss about playing the Allies on this, because there is fog of war, so you only uncover bits when you move there. There's no dynamic fog of war, so once you've uncovered it, you see there, which is a bit of a departure, I think. But anyway, let's build our war factory there. And how we're doing for power. Power is fine, so we'll build our battle lab. And in terms of units, I'm going to build another slave miner. Probably it's a good idea to have 2 slave miners. Oh, here we go. We've got a dotted line coming across here and a unit coming over. Now, from experience, that'll almost certainly be a spy plane. In fact, we'll probably hear it taking photos any second. That is a spy plane. Yep, so it's going to uncover this bit here, yeah, so you can hear it taking photos there. I don't know if that was a unit added in this expansion.
Unit ready.
I know when this expansion came out, some of the units that were in the Allied and Soviet trees got removed. I think, were they removed? It's things like the squid for the Soviets, that got removed and was given to this faction. Why are you going there? You go over there, please. We'll place the battle lab there, and the reason I'm placing it there is because I can then build a wall around it. So I've now got more construction options. I've also got the psychic reveal, which comes from the radar. It's an active ability that I can use to start unlocking things, and I reckon their base is there.
Construction complete.
17-year-old muscle memory. Wow, okay. You know exactly where it was. It's there. Pretty much right on the money. So they've got a bunker, they've got a refinery there with a war miner, they've got barracks, they've got some Tesla generators, and I still love the art style on it. Beautiful. Lovely. Okay, so we've got what can build cloning vats. Well, cloning vats is an interesting one because when you build it, you place it wherever, and whatever comes out the barracks, you build another one of. That's fairly interesting. Gatling cannons are very, very good at anti-air. Very, very decent against ground troops, but absolutely useless at anything with armor. Although they do take a while to spool up, and when they're on full spool, then they do a lot of damage. But anyway, yeah, I'm going to place a couple of these just in case we get Kirov reporting, and then we have to defend against that, which we'll probably end up hearing at some point. We have psychic towers, which are a tower that will mind control whatever comes near it, and then what you would either do with that is fling it back at the enemy, or you would put it through a grinder, which I don't have. I'm going to actually build a submarine pen over the grinder first. In terms of our units, we've got Initiate, which does a psychic attack. We've got... Oh, does it? Or do they take over? I can't remember. I don't know if they do the psychic attack or they take over. Engineer, standard engineer, you just capture things. Virus, which I can't remember, so I'm going to build one of those. I'm going to build a Brute as well, which is basically just Hulk. You've got Yuri Clone and Yuri Prime. Yuri Prime being your hero unit. So you have Tanya for the Allies, and you have... Ooh, who do we have for the Soviets? Is it Boris? It was... Or is it Ivan? I can't remember. Insert other generic names here for that faction. I can't remember what they have. It's Red Alert 3 and there's a sniper, and she was really good at taking out pretty much anything. But I can't remember what they are in this. But anyway.
Blue shots, anyone?
Oh, right. Sorry, Virus is a sniper. Yeah, Virus is a sniper. I remember now. And if you kill someone with it, I think they turn into a Brute or something. Anyway, another psychic reveal. So I'm going to reveal probably near the base, front of the base. Oh, that's going to annoy people. Yep, that's gonna eat away at me until we fix that. Let's build a genetic mutator, which is one of the 2 super weapons in the game. 2 super weapons we have for Yuri is the genetic mutator, which you can cast anywhere you want on the map, and any units, any let's build my submarine pen.
New construction options.
Which we get a boomer submarine, which fires torpedoes, and I believe we get. I thought we had.
Building.
I thought we had the squid. Oh, must be mistaken. Anyway, can any of these units go in the water? No, she can't go in the water. What about those? No. There we go. Yes, what was I going on about? Oh yes, the super weapons. So we got the genetic mutator, which takes it mutates any infantry unit and turns them into the Hulk type things. And we have the psychic dominator, which just takes them over. So I'm going to build that there, and I'm going to build another bioreactor, and and here we go. We now have a new unit, which is a flying saucer. Because why not? Because why not? There's no reason why we can't have them. Another bioreactor, we'll put them there, and I want to put inside the bioreactor these 2, and we'll build 3 more of those to put in there. Still haven't got a clone facility, but I don't really matter too much. Not really bothered. Psychic Dominator, we'll go for that one there. Could build Yuri Prime, and what else have we got? So, we have an Iron Curtain. They have a super weapon. Okay, so let's go for Psychic Reveal, and there we are. So as you can see, there's loads of units behind there. I'm just going to move this around and just scout about. So yeah, we've got the Slave Miner, yeah, the Lasher tank. I call it the Grind tank, but the Lasher tank, it's fairly garbage in every way. We've got the Mastermind, which is a mind control tank. It can take over multiple things. Obviously, you're seeing the theme here. The Magnetron, which I believe lifts up tanks and drops it. Very orcish, the lifter dropper. Or it might just fire a beam and damage it. But either way, it's magnetic thing. We've got a Gatling tank, which is similar to the standard Gatling towers, but it can move, just obviously doesn't take much damage. We've got a Chaos Drone, which I can't remember what it's about, and we've got a Hover Transport, which obviously transport things, and then the Flying Disc as well, which can attack ground units. I don't know if it can attack air units, but I'm going to use it to attack this. There you go, you can see it charges up, it goes like that. I'm just going to have it hover around. I wish it would just stop. Stop flying around, just attack. There we go. Now, it'll probably take quite a while to destroy that. Yeah, it is taking quite a while to destroy it, but we'll get there in the end.
Insufficient funds.
Doesn't look like they're actually coming over to stop me, which is good. I'm going to press H to go home. And we're going to be able to build... Oh, you can see the tower here. This thing here is cracking on. There's a sea vessel. I'm going to move that over. And we're going to move
Conveyor for our psychic legion.
Genetic
Yuri
mutator
commands
ready.
to
me.
there.
Your orders, my ideas. You will move me there.
Is that Yuri?
Yes, my
Yes, and they can go on. You can go on water as well. I didn't
Two
know that.
shots, anyone? Which way is the
Anyway,
wind blowing?
how we're doing over there? Odd's been destroyed, and now he's going to be shooting the people there. That's interesting. So I'm going to build the Psychic Dominator. Just put it right next door. Why not? And we will psychically reveal
Select target.
there. And then what we're going to do is mutate. So mutate, when you mutate units, they turn into the Hulk type thing. So here we go. And then we get these units, which will proceed to do whatever we want. Although a lot of these, as you can see, are not doing anything there. I think that's a bug. Yuri's Collection Agency. Oh no, there we go. They're moving now. Yeah, they might have just been stuck. There you go. So I'm just using them to attack tanks. They do a lot of damage against tanks. They don't do a lot of damage against infantry units, if I remember rightly. But either way, I'm just going to attack whatever I can. Oh, and we're getting promotions on the Hulk guys. Come on! I like the little animations are going to punch the sort of rock around. Looks like they're going to be taken out. See what I mean about them taking a while to be destroyed? Oh, they have a nuclear silo. Let's get rid of that as soon as possible. We're going to go home. We'll place a cloning vat. Or we'll start building a cloning vat. We've got Yuri, which is there. And we also have our boomer submarine, which I'm going to order to go into the bay around there, which will take quite a while, but you know we'll get there eventually. We also have our transport here, which I'll move to there, and we'll see if we can get those tanks. So I can't remember what U Prime can do. I know he can deploy. So if I press D, deploys, and then it's like a psychic blast type thing, and then he might destroy everybody. I don't really know. Either way, he is still an infantry unit, so if he gets hit with that Tesla coil, he's a goner. And there's that. No, that's almost destroyed. And then it should leave radioactive. Oh, I thought it used to leave. I thought it used to leave like a radioactive wastelandy thing around it. Anyway, let's control that and that unit.
Waiting orders. Moving out. Attack.
Oh, there we go. You can only control it one at a time by the look of it.
Let me come to you.
So I don't know why he's so... Is he decent or not?
Conscript reporting. Da.
Let's move him over there.
Order
So I've controlled the conscript now. Let's, oh, yeah, that hurt.
one mind.
We'll head back over here. We'll build a cloning vat right next door to there. So when we build more of those, like Yuri clones, we actually get multiples of them now. So we'll put them there and there.
Established.
What else haven't we built? We haven't built... We've got a boomer. Terror drone. Did I build one of those? Oh, we did.
On hold.
So what's a terror drone do?
Unit ready.
Can it deploy? It can deploy. Oh, right. It's like a defensive thing. Right, okay. Fine. Right, so they've now got a...
You will move me there.
They've now got a Iron Curtain. Iron Curtain allows you to make any unit... allows you to make units invincible. But that's not entirely accurate because it doesn't make them... It doesn't make infantry units invincible. It just... It just destroys them because it's an Iron Curtain. Let's go take over that there. Oh, looks like I've taken over that tower there. That's an interesting one. So Yuri can take over things like Tesla towers. So can I take over that Tesla tower? Yes, I can. Oh, that's interesting. Right, and you can see my boomer submarine is attacking there as well. We also now have the ability to mutate someone and dominate. So we'll do mutate there, and then we'll get loads more units.
Genetic mutator activated.
Genetic mutator activated, which is
Unit
good.
lost.
What else haven't we used? That's fine. We'll put that down here.
We will puncture through.
And how many tanks can I fit in here? Probably quite a few. And we'll shift that across. Yuri's navy is fairly garbage. Oh, we're getting flaked. Run away. Yeah, Yuri's navy is fairly garbage compared to others. The Soviet navy's quite decent, and the Allied navy has planes, which makes it very, very powerful indeed. I'm going to use this, and should be able to attack with it. There we go. The Tesla coil doesn't attack unless you directly control it, and unless you directly order it to. So the mutator has been used. I still have the Dominator to get there. You can see how much damage a boomer tank, a boomer submarine can do. The good thing about the submarine is that once it's not firing, it's pretty much impossible to destroy. You just have to keep it out of harm's way. Although if you get like the allied dolphins, the sonic dolphins, it just sounds stupid saying it. Yeah, it can be all kinds of problematic. I'm just gonna send this over there now and do what I can. I mean, this is a win. It was pretty much always going to be a win. It was just getting back into that one. Oh, sorry, that's one thing that they can do. I forgot about that. See, this is before we had mouse over pop-ups to tell exactly what it did. You have to go through the manual, the big thick manual. So yeah, I've just remembered about that. So the it's so cool. Let me just deploy Yuri and kill that guy. There we are. Once you have this flying saucer go above any unit that can make power, so power plants basically, it will turn their power off. You put it over refineries and it'll get their resources. Look how fast it's firing now. That's crazy. It's not firing over there. Oh, I've just lost my other whole guy. I've got my Psychic Dominator, but I don't even know what I can dominate. Dominate like that. B1 with Yuri, and does a load of damage, which you can see has been now done. And can I move these? Can I move Yuri in here and just press deploy? Will that just kill everybody? And deploy. Yeah, they all destroyed. Yeah. Yeah, it destroys loads of stuff around, but it'll also take control of vehicles that are near it. I mean, not that there was any ones around here, you understand. Let's deploy there. That's destroyed. So what have we used? We haven't used the sniper, which does very little damage. I think it only does one block of damage. Yeah, look at that. It's instantly repaired as well. But it does loads of damage against other units, infantry units. I always used to play on this map, Allies versus Soviets, and what tended to happen was they used to spawn Kiras, because I used to play on medium or hard mode, obviously easy mode here. It really is easy. They're not even repairing the bridges or anything, which is a bit of a shame. But anyway, yeah, what would happen is they would send Kirovs over, and I used to pretty much always get 4 or 5 IFVs and then put the Guardian GIs in them. It's the ones that could... Look at that. Smart AI building a barracks right next door to the Tesla tower I control. Nice. Yes, so I used to always... I used to often get the GIs going over and defending against the Kirovs and taking them out before they get to you. Kirovs, they're so powerful that you get an announcement when they're deployed. That's how powerful they are. If I get this here and press deploy, will it just destroy them? Well, I think that destroys infantry, but what happened there is the sniper took them out, which you can see there's now this gaseous form all over the place. Oh yeah, when they hit, they blow up. So you don't take control of them, but it does do fairly bad stuff. Yeah. So now they've got a lot of units that I can't really deal with. What I'm going to do is just siphon money off it. Go over there. What else have we got that we haven't built? Well, we've pretty much built everything but a Magnetron and a Mastermind. I mean, we could build those. Oh, there's our Yuris. There's the Yuri clones. Oh, they can't go on water. Right. Oh, there's the Magnetron. Which is... sounds like a really bad South African accent, although to be fair, when I argue this, it might be a good one. Let's get... I just remember the first time I heard one in a film was Leonardo DiCaprio, I think doing one in Blood Diamond, and I thought, that doesn't sound like a real accent. No, it is. I don't know how good or bad it was, but here you go. So, what else we got? We got an energy shield, which we can only use on our buildings. This is something that everybody got in... something everybody got. Can I actually repair that? Oh, I can, because it's classed as my building now. Yes, everybody can use the force shield, but it does power stuff down when it's used. So I want to get those guys to attack there. I'm going to get the magnetron to go in here.
Transport at your service.
Go.
I obey.
So I mean, oh, is that some flak? No, it's just my guy shooting there. So we'll just finish this off now. I might as well start attacking their MCV, which I think once that's taken out, it's pretty much GG. You can use your own mutate on your own units if you really wanted to, if you do so desire. Probably not a great choice. Tell you what. There. I want to really try these magnetrons, so I might see if I can fast track them over here. Go quickly, and they'll spend their time on the other side. Look at the damage that causes. It's just it fires so fast. It fires so fast when they're fully upgraded. That's something that I used to always try and do in the... You're always trying... Oh, I might as well use my mutate here and control those. There we go. I used to always try and do in the game, upgrade my units as much as possible. Because, like, things like the... is it the Apocalypse tank? Which was
Yuri commands me.
It's Apocalypse tank? It's like a dual-barrel tank for the Soviets. You got that to top level and it was insane. Pretty much everything was insane when you got the 3 levels. When you got the Gatling tanks at level 3 as well, that was just unbelievable to see. It really was. So I'm going to get these magnetrons in here. I haven't used the mind control tank, but to be fair, it's just a tank that you take control of. Although, I might be getting this wrong. I might be misremembering this, but I think it can control the 3 units safely, and after that it can control more, but it does damage itself. So, oh, there's the magnetron. Yeah. So it's just using the power of magnets. How do those work? How do magnets work? Anyway, let's just attack. Use a dominator, psychic dominator. B1 with Yuri, boom, you are victorious. And then there's the, is that the German tank destroyer? I think so, And then we're back onto Terrible Resolution. And there we go, that is a little bit of Red Alert 2 Revenge. You know what, it is still, I wouldn't say just as fun as back in there, but it is still very good fun. I just wish it would, it'd be nice to get HD of these, but we're never going to get a fully up-to-date one, I guess. But yeah, it's still pretty cool, and it'd be nice going through the campaign again. I am going to be looking at running the Red Alert 3 campaign again, because at least it runs reasonably okay. But yeah, it's good to go back, try Yuri as a faction. Still, I don't mind playing the faction, I just prefer playing the Allies or Soviets. They're interesting, definitely an interesting faction. Give it a nice little spin. It's not just like a little extra on top with a couple of extra units. It's got a whole different theme. That mind control theme was, yeah, really, really different and stuff. And the mutating thing, yeah, it was fairly cool. Can't tell you how balanced it was. I'm not really concerned about that. Quite honestly, I never played it in multiplayer a lot. But yeah, there you go. I think the most broken thing in the game was the seal. The seal was always really powerful. Anyway, links in the description, so you can still check this game out if you do so desire. I think I looked in the attic to get my, I think it was called the 10th anniversary box set or something, or the anniversary box set, where you got most of the games up to like Red Alert. I think it was up to Red Alert or something like that, or Renegades or something. Anyway, I couldn't find it, so I had to go and grab it again. I think I got all 17 Command & Conquer games for about a tenner or something, so it was cheap enough. Good times. Anyway, hope you have enjoyed the video and a bit of a trip down memory lane with some rose-tinted goggles, obviously. As always, hope you have enjoyed the video. Thanks very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.